Hello guys, welcome back to MU Sports TV. This is where you get all the news concerning Manchester United. So guys, United are back in action this weekend as early kickoff on Saturday. United are traveling to GTEC Community Stadium to face Brentford. A game where I think it is going to be a different one with the Chelsea game. A similar game to Burnley and Fulham. What we experienced against Fulham, against Burnley, is what we expect again against Brentford because these teams they tend to play low blocks and attack. They tend to uh, they give you a lot of pressure. Yeah. So expect tough game, guys. I don't lie. I won't lie to you. Telling you that the game will be easy. I told you it's going to be. I'm telling you it's going to be a difficult game, but we have a strong squad, and we shouldn't be afraid of Brentford. But uh, going with how things have been of late, at United, it has not been easy for United since some of them took over, and uh, facing any team at the moment is just it's not no, we are not comfortable playing against any team, whether the top six teams, the bottom teams, or even the teams in the championship. It is not easy playing against this team as far as we are concerned because we have been so poor when it comes to playing these games. But at times you wonder if the players are just ignorant. They don't want to play. They don't want to implement what they learned and they were taught in training. And because you wonder why we didn't score 4 5 goals against Burnley. You wonder why we didn't score 3 4 goals against Fulham, also against Arsenal. We didn't score more goals against Chelsea. We could have scored 4 5 goals in the first half if we took those chances well. Amadi Diallo had two chances to square to Sesko. He didn't. Bruno Fernandes had a chance to square it to Amadi Diallo. He didn't. So this decision making, I think, are costing us a lot, and things need to change. This is the time to change. We need to be more serious. We lead the attack in attack. We need to score these goals. We need to win this game because, yeah, I tell you what, we are in a pole position to qualify for European football next season if we do if we win our games. At the moment, we are just 7 points. We are 11th position, 7 points, just 3 points off the top two. This Arsenal, and we are on the same level of points with Manchester City, just 1 point behind Chelsea and us. So team news: we had injury boost against Chelsea on Old Trafford on Saturday last week. Matheus Cunha came back. Also, Mason Mount came back. They played well, and yeah, that was an injury boost. So this week there have been news that Diego Dalot was also back in training. Remember, he pulled out of the international games with Portugal due to an injury setback. So the news we are having is that Diego Dalot is back in training. Also, Harry Maguire, who had a knock against Chelsea, their reports are saying that he was present in training this week ahead of the trip to GTEC Stadium. So I don't expect any more absentee apart from Lisandro Martinez, the obvious one, still recovering from his ACL injury. So still in some time, maybe late October, we could see Lisandro Martinez back in action for us, and that could be and can be a very very huge boost in our defense because Lisandro Martinez poses a threat to the opponents. He can score goals. He can, his passing is really great, and also his defending is great. So having him back will be a huge boost as far as we're concerned. So against Brentford tomorrow, it will be too soon for Lisandro Martinez to be back. So I think at the moment I can say only Lisandro Martinez is going to miss the game against Burnley, but against Brentford. But we'll wait tomorrow to hear from the manager, that is Ruben Amorim, when he'll be giving us the team news and everything in his press conference tomorrow, even tomorrow lunchtime, and I will hear from him and I will update you what he'll say about the availability of some players like Harry Maguire, Diego Dalot, and when we could expect to see Sandro Martinez back in action, and also if there's any other injury setback to be reported. So at the moment, as I said, guys, nothing more serious as far as we are concerned. Dalo might be back, also Harry Maguire, but uh, the starting 11 that we should go with against Burnley. The only Brentford, that is the only player missing against Brentford also is Casemiro, who will be serving his suspension after getting a red card against Chelsea. He's going to miss one match because it was not a straight red card; it was a second yellow card. That means he's going to miss just one game, which is against Brentford. Big loss because at the moment Casemiro is our only defense midfielder whom we can rely on. Ugarte is the other one, but I think Ugarte so far has not proved yet why we signed him. Yeah. So at the moment, we rely mostly on Casemiro as far as that defensive department is concerned. I've seen debates on social media among United pages whether uh, Maino or Ugarte should replace Casemiro in the starting 11 against Brentford. Guys, there's one thing I need to understand is that in a football match, there are positions. There are the goalkeeping department. We have the defense, the fullbacks and the centre backs. We have the defensive midfield. We have the central midfield, the attacking midfield, and we have the attack. As far as I'm concerned, defensive midfield is a crucial position in every club, in every starting 11, whether 3-4-2-1, whether 3-4-3, whether 3-5-2, whether 4-3-2-1, 4 something, 4-2-2-2, I don't know, whether any other formation, defensive midfield is very, very crucial. You need to have a defensive midfielder in your first 11, someone who can hold the ball, someone who could cool the tempo of the game. It's very, very important. Someone who can win those tackles and to have the balls in midfield. The moment you lose the midfield to your opponent, there's no way you're going to win that match easily. You're going to struggle to win. And if you win, you're going to struggle it. But the high chances is that you're going to lose that game. The moment you lose your midfield to your opponent. That is why I always insist that the midfield is a very crucial position in every football formation. That is why I saw this debate whether Menu or Gate should start against Brentford in replacement for Casemiro, who is out with a suspension. Guys, remember we are playing 3-4-2-1 formation where we have the four midfielders, the two midfielders, that is the two holding midfielders. At the moment, we always play Bruno Fernandes as under Casemiro as the two holding midfielders. Casemiro covers the role of a defensive midfielder. The number 8 Bruno Fernandes covers the position of a central midfielder, a box to box midfielder, someone who attacks and defends at the same time, a box to box midfielder. That is where Bruno Fernandes always plays in, and that is where he covers. With Casemiro playing as the central defensive midfielder, he is playing as a defensive midfielder. Now, Bruno Fernandes is not a CM. He is not a box to box midfielder. He is an attacking midfielder, and he struggles a lot when playing that position. But there's nothing we can do because we have Cunha and Bomo up front there. That means they are not going to be benched. Bruno Fernandes can not be benched as well. So because this is why Bruno Fernandes needs to play as a central midfielder, a box to box midfielder, a new role. Yeah, and Bruno Casemiro covers the role of a defensive midfielder, someone who can rely on those tackles, and cooling the tempo of the match. Now, you guys are saying that because Casemiro is now suspended, we should start Meno ahead of Ugarte. Menu is a very good player. Menu is a box-to-box midfielder. Yeah, but one thing we are forgetting is that Menu is not a defensive midfielder. Yeah, that is where you are getting it all wrong. When Casemiro was shown a red card against Chelsea in the second half, Sesko was subbed off and replaced by Ugarte. So Ugarte replaced Casemiro because Ugarte is the only defensive midfielder we have apart from Casemiro. So there's no way we are going to play against Brentford having both Bruno Fernandes and Kobe Menu as our two holding midfielders. That means Deli, Yoro, and Shaw or Mazraoui are going to suffer because Bruno Fernandes isn't a defensive midfielder. Menu isn't a defensive midfielder. There's no way we are going to play two central midfielders as two holding midfielders. It is going to be imbalanced. And I tell you what, we are going to suffer in that midfield. There are going to be loopholes in that midfield. That is why uh, I see a scenario where Ugarte is going to start ahead of Kobe Menu. There's high chances that Manuel Ugarte is going to start ahead of Casemiro, ahead of Kobe Menu against Brentford. And the reason why is that Menu is a central midfielder. And Bruno and Amorim said this weeks ago when asked about Menu, will he be getting game time, and and he said he needs to work hard because he's is fighting with Bruno Fernandes for that position. When Amorim said Menu is fighting for the position with Bruno Fernandes, you ought to understand what he meant. What he was meaning is that Bruno Fernandes is a Casemiro, is that Menu is a central midfielder, and with Bruno Fernandes playing there, it means Menu is going to have a hard time getting minutes. That is why I was devastated. We were dumped out of the Carabao because these cup games are where players like Kobe Menu needs to start ahead of Bruno Fernandes. At the moment, Menu can't bench Bruno Fernandes, and with that, it means Menu is going to have limited game time. Maybe play him up front, but up front we have the likes of Zagze there, Mount, also fighting for that position with Cunha and Belmo. So for Menu guys, maybe I don't know, but I have a clarity that there's a clarity in my mind that Ugarte is going to start ahead of Menu against Brentford because for Ugarte is a defensive midfielder, and we need to have at least one defensive midfielder in our midfield to at least try to have the control of midfield. We need to control our midfield because I tell you what, Brentford are not different than last season. They're still strong enough and they can cause havoc. They're playing their own stadium. They have the fan support, so they have what it takes to win the game. So if we go there and mess up with our starting 11, we are going to lose the game, and it's going to be a really, really big problem because after winning against Chelsea, we need to keep the momentum going. We need to keep the momentum and the morale going up, 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 up. We have Brentford, then we have Sunderland, then we have Liverpool, Brighton. The next 4 games are going to be crucial. And I talked about winning games. If we win Brentford, we win Sunderland, skip Liverpool, and win Brighton. Liverpool, if you can get a point, it'll be a good result. So 4 games, if you can have 10 points, that will do it. That is 17 points after 9 games. See that? So we need to win against Brentford. There's no other reason why we shouldn't win against Brentford. We haven't won back-to-back Premier League games. Overall, since Amorim arrived at Old Trafford, we haven't won back-to-back games. Can we do it? We did win back-to-back home games. One against Burnley, one against Chelsea. Back-to-back home games at Old Trafford. First time under Amorim. So we can do it again. Back-to-back games, back-to-back wins in the Premier League. Win against Chelsea, win against Brentford. Possibility. We can do it on Saturday, Al kickoff. Although I'm not a fan of Al kickoffs, but yeah, let's do it. No excuse. We go there, finish the job, 3 points, and we come back, prepare for Brentford, for Sunderland. We have a whole week preparing for this game, guys. We are not in Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, in EFL Cup. No reason for us not to win the game against Brentford because our rivals like Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, they played in the FA Cup, in the EFL Cup this week. So we need to win against Brentford. So where I think Ruben Amorim needs to make make a bit of change is the defensive department. In goalkeeper, guys, against Brentford, I hope, I'm really praying Ruben Amorim to give Lamens a chance, in the starting 11. So this is my preferred first 11 against Brentford on Saturday, the early kickoff, game week 6 in the Premier League. In goal, I think we need to see a new face there. We've seen Bandir, it's not that bad, but still can dive, can save those easy shots and easy headers. We need to see a different one. So against Brentford, guys, I think it's high time we do something different. We try something different. So in goal, I think it's high time for Lamens to start in goal. So Lamens to start. Luke Shaw, having played well against Chelsea, I think needs to rest, because don't risk any more injury in our team at the moment. So addressed Luke Shaw, then start Lenny Yoro, Matas Delict, and Mazaraoui as right centre back, Yoro as left centre back, and Delict as the centre back. Now, the wing backs. This is where there has been a problem. I said it last time that in this Amorim system, the wing backs are very, very crucial. And we need to see more from Dogu and Ahmad. So Ahmad to start and Dogu to start as well. The midfield 2, I talked about it. Bruno Fernandes with Manuel Ugarte, with Mateus Cunha coming back and Bomo keeping his place, and Benjamin Sesko up front. We have Zagze, Mount, Mainu, Harry Maguire, the likes of Diego Dalot in bench. There's nothing stopping this team from collecting 3 points and at least 2-3 goals and coming back to Old Trafford. We need to go there, guys. We need to win these games. At the moment, as I said earlier, we are just 3 points up off top 2. A win against Brentford keep us to level point with Arsenal. You don't want to know what happened between Arsenal and Newcastle. Anything can happen. You can get a chance to be on level on points with the Gunners. So we need to win. We have played Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man City. Now we are playing Liverpool in the next 3 games. So we need to win these 2 games that are coming soon. You have Brentford on Saturday, then Sunderland. After which we are playing Liverpool, then Brighton. At least 10 points would be good for us, and a turning point as far as our season is concerned. Thanks for watching, guys.